Shalom, shalom, family. Shalom. Brother Robbie Rayner, I will be with you in just a second. Thank you guys for joining me. Oh, Brother Robert Rayner, give me a 100 if you can hear me for a sound check. Just comment 100 for a sound check. Thank you, thank you. All right, now I know you can hear me. All right, I'll be with you just a second. All right. All right, all right. All right. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys joining me. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Good looking out. I want to jump right in. Sorry I'm late. But the title of it is, the marriage bed is undefiled, right? So I'm not talking about um, just marriage per se. Let me just say what the video is really concentrated on. And it's really going to be talking about the parallels between how the Bible describes, a woman basically and a man putting having seed, and a woman is kind of like fertile ground that a man put his seed in, and obviously the goal is to bring forth righteous seed. And how the Most High or the Bible describes, the earth as a her, like the earth being a female, using it, pronoun of a her, that type of thing, and the importance of us, you know, trying to emulate or bring forth, a righteous seed. Now, the emphasis is going to be on a man uh, choosing fertile ground, choosing the right seed. I mean, choosing the right soil, right? And a woman choose, the right husband. Yes, I know that, a man finds a wife and all that. I get that. But what I'm saying is that what we have is women, we do have women out there making their own choices, and as to whom they're going to lay down with, right? We know the righteous way is bringing up a righteous seed, righteous family, woman staying in her father's house until he finds a suitable husband for her, that whole thing. But we know that isn't set up just yet. Why? Because we have a lot of first generation patriarchs, so that system isn't set up just yet. So I understand that. So be mindful that I'm aware what the perfect system is biblically, but also understand that the perfect system isn't set, that it has to be established. We have to establish that perfect system, okay? And have that set up, right? Because, I can talk about, oh, yeah, a woman finding a husband, and then someone's going to come along, well, the Bible says, if a man finds a wife, he finds, I understand. And that's how it should be. But the reality is, we have a lot of women out there who's already made choices by their actions, already made choices as who's going to be their husband and all that. And again, we have a lot of first generation people in the faith. Okay, their parents didn't raise them like that. The grandparents. First generation just now coming into the truth, and they're trying to get their house in order at this time, right? So we understand that. So when I'm talking about it, because invariably watch the comment section. You're gonna have some people talking about, oh well, brother, no, well the Bible says, and I understand that. I get it. Okay, I get it. But I want to talk about that correlation, right? I want to talk about that. How the Bible describes the different, a man and his seed and the earth and so on and so forth. The Bible is very agricultural, right? It gives us agricultural examples. And on this particular live stream, I'm not gonna keep you guys, long or whatever. I know most of us, we got jobs out in the world, and for them, Martin Luther King Day, is a holiday for them. Not a holiday for us, but as a holiday for the world, America, where people get off. So I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and pop in. I really didn't have anything to say on this Shabbat as far as a live stream, and I don't want to just make a video just rambling, right? I want a point. I value your time, so I don't want to waste your time. All right, if I can't get, I got to. If I do a video, I hope that anyone who watches the video will get at least one nugget out of it, right? Just one thing that you say, you know what, I didn't think of it that way, that kind of thing, right? So at least one thing out of it. And so I think in this awakening, I think women need to value themselves, right? So because and you value yourself through your choices. That's how you do. You value yourself through your choices, for the women and men also. Okay, to an extent, you have to value men. You have to value your seed and understand that you're supposed to bring forth, righteous seed. Just like when the scriptures, you can see it in the Tobit, you can see that in other places in the Bible where it's talking about, oh well, you mixing and mingling, the holy seed and stuff like that. And I'm talking about with unworthy women, unworthy people, right? Unworthy women, foreign women, strange women, stuff like that. And now again, let me say first, I'm not talking about a specific race. Okay, I'm not talking about interracial marriage, because there were plenty of interracial marriages in the Bible. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is a person in the faith. You have a righteous Hebrew man in the faith, and he's with a woman that is not in the faith. Any woman that's going to take you away from serving the Most High Yah, and I don't care what her skin color is. I can give it a woman with the same skin color as mine. She can be Israel in by blood as well, but if she's gonna distract me from following the Most High Yah, she's a stranger too. Okay, if any woman who's not gonna, who don't want to put things in order, she wants to run her own program, she's gonna distract you from what you have to do. She's trying to run the show. She's trying to steer you away from the Bible. Maybe she wants you to serve a Christian God, or maybe she wants you to follow another God of a completely different book. Guess what? You shouldn't be with her either. Even if she shares your same blood, you shouldn't be with her either. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about any woman that takes you away from the Father. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Israel Stream, good evening from South Africa. Good to have you, brother. Good to have you. So I'm talking about any woman that takes you away from serving the Most High God, serving the Messiah. Any woman that's like that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, oh, well, she's Gentile, whatever. No, if she's a believer, I'm good with that. Okay? Shalom, shalom, Chasing Hames. I'm fine with that. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I think in heaven there's gonna be all different shades in the kingdom. Okay, not in heaven. I mean, I know Thy kingdom come, but there's gonna be all different shades in the kingdom. So I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with anybody who's gonna take you away from serving the Most High. Anyone who's gonna take you away from following these scriptures. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, that's what I mean in there. It's talking about mixing, mingling seeds, but the Bible also gives you a reason that takes you away from serving Him. Okay, They'll take you away from serving me. Okay. Anyone like that. Okay. We know they came out of mixed multitude. Okay. We understand that. Okay. We know that, Timothy mother was Yahudim and his father was a Greek. Yes, I know there's doctrine out there that, oh, that Greek, it's a Hellenized, Israelite or whatever, but I don't buy into that. Okay. I don't buy into that one. But so anyway, so that's what I'm talking about. That's the point of this whole thing. Okay. Men taking pride. Okay. If you're the prize, okay, you're the one who offers the covering, the protection, the provision, the vision, the leadership, and all that other stuff. If you are the prize, then we as men have to put a premium on our seed, and we have to care where we're going to put our seed, because we need to, we're trying, our goal is to bring up righteous seed, right? Put it in good ground, period. Put it in good ground. And so we're going to talk about some things real quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to some scriptures just to get us started, just to kick things off. Let's go to some scriptures. Okay, Deuteronomy Adaverim 24, because this is the one that usually gets people. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Deuteronomy 24 and 1. And I don't plan on keeping you guys that long. Okay. When a man has taken a wife and marry her, and it comes to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her. All right. Uh, then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. Okay, that's the whole process. Now, again, I'm not really talking, the video really isn't about marriage, divorce, remarriage, all that. It's not really about that, right? I'm just talking about the mixing and mingling and multiple husbands and, all that stuff. That's really what I'm talking about. Verse 2, and when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house. That's the process of divorce. Bill of divorce, send her out of the house. Okay, put it in her hand, send her out of the house. That's a divorce. And if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife after she is defiled, for that is abomination before the Lord, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. Now remember, look at what he did. Talking about a man and a woman getting a divorce, send her out of the house. She can marry someone else. She marries someone else. Then that guy dies or divorces or whatever. She can't go back to the original husband. And then he correlates that in the same verse 4, to thou shalt cause the land to sin, which the Lord had given thee for an inheritance. So we know he's talking about the physical land, because what did he give them? Physical land to inherit it, right? Now, obviously, it means that they're going to go giving out divorces willy-nilly, and basically almost like wife swapping, right? Almost like wife swapping. It's like, okay, I'm gonna give her a divorce. She's gonna go to this guy, whatever. Oh, he doesn't like her. Something happened with that. Boom, boom. They get a divorce. I'll take her back. Well, you can't do that, because you gave her a bill of divorce. You sent her out of her house. You found something unclean in her. So you initiated all this, right? Because women really can't initiate divorces biblically. And so you did all that. Now she went out, did her thing, because you sent her out, you got rid of her. I didn't say she did something right, wrong. I'm just talking about the facts, right? You found some kind of uncleanness in her, something you did not like, right? And you send her out, and you take her back. Now, imagine that practice being widespread, okay? Divorce, send her out of the house. She goes out there. She spends, a couple months, couple years with another guy. Boom, they finish that. Boom, boom, boom. Now, you can almost settle debts like that, almost. But anyway, the point is this. A woman is supposed to be with her husband for life. Now, we know there's a lot of women right now in the faith. They are not with their original husband. They are not with their biblical husband. Now, I know the excuses are going to come out. Oh, what if he's what if he's abusive? What if he's neglected? What if he's not doing his thing? Every time you talk about marriage, that's the first thing women like to talk about. But that is not the point of the video. Okay, that's not the point. The point is valuing yourself, the women, valuing yourself, being mindful of who you let play, plant seed in you. Okay, it's valuing. That's really what this is about, right? So anyway, we can't do this. We can't do this back and forth. You can't just divorce people willy nilly, let them go out, bring them back. You can't do that willy nilly. You cannot do that. Okay. Some people, on a side note, as a quick aside, gather my thoughts. As a quick aside, some people may bring up, David and McCall, stuff like that. I have no issue with that story. Why? Because he did not initiate the divorce. He did not put McCall out of his house, or anything like that. He did take her back. Why? Because McCall's father, which was Saul, the first king, had no right. She was already married to David. He had no right to say, okay, you know what? I hate David, daughter. Go ahead. You're gonna go ahead and marry this other guy. Okay? You're gonna go ahead and marry this other guy. Forget David. What he had no right, he had no authority. So she was David's property for all intent and purposes. Okay? So he didn't initiate that, right? So that was it. That's why he came back and said, give him a call, my wife. My end of the deal was I gave, Saul these foreskins of the Philistines or whatever. This is mine. Okay, this is mine. You don't get to do that, right? So he didn't initiate that. So stop. He didn't do anything wrong. For those who think that, for those who will bring that point up, David didn't do anything wrong in that. Okay, and people obviously they misapply this because look at what the husband did. Okay, he initiated the divorce, sent him out of his house, all that other stuff, and of course you can't bring him back or whatever because you defiled the land. Now let's go there. It says after she's been defiled, slept with someone else, for that is abomination before the Lord. That is an abomination before the Lord. Women, you can't just go sleep with anybody willy nilly. You can't. Okay, you just can't do that. And thou shalt not cause the land to sin. Okay, exactly. That is abominable, which the Lord has given thee for an inheritance. Okay, that is just the bottom line. Okay, that's the bottom line. You cannot do that. Okay, so we're going to look at a few other things. Jeremiah 3 and verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him, so now she's out of the house, and become another man's, shall she return unto her again? Shall he return unto her again? Shall not the land be greatly polluted? Again, they're going back to the land. They're going right back to the land. A woman, land, earth. But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers. So if a woman go out and do that, now of course he's liking that to Israel serving other gods. We know that. Yet return again to me, said the Lord. Now he said, now even though you've done exactly that, you're going after all these other gods, okay? You've gone a whoring and made all these other idols. You've done all this. Return to me, because he's gonna, have mercy, stuff like that. So we get that, okay? But again, look at how he likened it. He likened it from woman, land, and we're gonna see that, right? Now, there's places in the Bible where, like I said earlier in the video, that it talked about earth being referred to as a her. And I can't believe I'm already 20 minutes in. Great lesson, brother. I'm in great sorrow for being involved with a woman not in the faith. I have children with her, but yeah, brother, I mean, that is hard. And I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna read that in a second. I'm gonna get to that. I'm just gonna make some of these things. That's the thing. As men, we were not taught these things, right? Now, before we were in the truth or whatever, it's about how many women we can bed, right? How many women we can bed, one after the other. And this, my battery is getting low on that. So I'm gonna get up and you know what? Let me excuse myself just for a second so I can plug this in. Shalom, Grant Hill. I need to reach out to you today or tomorrow about a few. Absolutely. Definitely reach out to me after this whole live stream is over. Call me anytime. Call me anytime, brother. Let me go ahead and try to plug this up before it dies. 1 second. All right, so let's get this plugged up. All right. All right, so I shouldn't get that low battery signal. Gentlemen, all right. So let's get back into it. So the Bible talks about or refers to, the earth as a her and things like that. And you just saw where it says, woman sleeping, with different men, divorce, remarry, and all that. Going to another man, coming back to her original husband and all that. you know that that defiles everything. It's just like the woman at the well came to the Messiah, and he said, go tell your husband. And she's like, I don't have a husband. And he says, yeah, you're right, when you say you don't have a husband, because you have had five husbands, and the man you're living with right now is not your husband. So that's a harsh revelation when people consider the implications of what he said. The women, that is, because women, they're already on their fourth, fifth, sixth, eighth, ninth, 10th husband or whatever, and they didn't get a proper get or a proper divorce. So therefore, your real biblical husband, and a lot of people, they like to rationalize, so that they can make themselves feel better. They want to rationalize, like, well, he was, he went to jail. He was abusive. He's still your husband. All right, you gotta get that taken care of. You gotta have a divorce. Okay, you gotta have a divorce. You gotta have a get, and then sent out. You're no longer living with him and out of his house. And let's do it the way it says. You get a divorce. Yeah, it should be written out. He should be signed. It's him. I don't care if it's an email. If it comes from his email and he said, "Yep, that's a get." That way you can prove to another man, I'm divorced. Just like the Messiah said, and another man come along who marries her, that is put away, commits adultery, right? She's got to be properly divorced, biblically divorced. So I don't care if it's a text message, okay? She can prove to the next man, hey, look at this message, look at this email, look at my get, I'm divorced, and it comes from him, from my husband or now ex-husband. And I'm not gonna get into the reasons for divorce and all that. Okay, yeah, fornication, adultery, I get it. Unclean things we can talk about, but that's not what this video is about, right? I'm talking about mixing and mingling and going back and forth, and men having pride in their seed, and women putting value on whom they're going to lay down with. Period. A man can ask to marry you, and you can still say no. Okay, you can still, like, nah, because this is going to be my guy. This is the guy who's going to cover me the rest of my life. That's the mentality you should have. This is the guy who's going to cover me the rest of my life, right? And that's when assimilation and submission, goes into effect. So Psalm 67. Now look at Psalm 67, so we can get out of here. 67 and 6. Look at what it says. It says, then shall the earth yield her increase, and God, even his own God, shall bless us. Okay. Then shall the earth yield her increase, right? The earth is likened unto a woman. But we're not done. We got a few other places. Now watch this. If you go to Jonah 2 and 6, and Jonah says, I went down to the bottom of the mountains. The earth with her bars was about me forever. Okay. And then, you can finish the verse. Okay. The earth with her bars around me, about me forever, or around me. Right. And then if you go to Haggai 1 and 10, we go Haggai 1 and 10, said, therefore the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is saved from her fruit. Again, so I mean, I think you guys are starting to get it there, but I'm gonna go a couple of more places just to really bring it home, to just solidify the point. 5 and 18, James chapter 5 and verse 18. And it says, and he prayed again, and the heaven gave rain, and the earth brought forth her fruit. And the heaven gave rain, and the earth brought forth her fruit. Okay, again, so that's why he didn't want, mixing and mingling seed, and you know what, we'll get to that. But I got one more place for you guys before I let you guys get out of here. Revelation 12 and 16, which reads, "And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth, okay, and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth." Okay, so you have that in Revelation 12:16. So I just got three more places I'm gonna go to, and we'll talk, and then I'm gonna look at you guys' comments real quick, and then I'll let you guys get on out of here. Okay, so Deuteronomy 22. Deuteronomy 22. I like to try to keep it short and impactful, something to chew on, something to think about, the rest of the week. So Deuteronomy 22 and 9. "And thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled." Right. So again, we already know the metaphor of the earth being a woman and a woman sleeping with multiple men and stuff like that. That is the mixing and mingling of seeds. And then let's not even get into the study microchimerism, where they've already done university studies, and a couple of actually doctors had back up, was talking about the male DNA remaining in a woman, obvious, right? And then you got some people that say, well, I don't know about that stuff. Okay, they tested women who never had a baby, because some of them say, well, what if they're gonna have male DNA in them if they bore sons? True, they will have some male DNA in them if they bore sons. But you're talking about some women got tested who never had a baby at all, never had a baby at all, but they had a whole lot of they had a lot of male DNA in their body. Just check out hyperchimerism. Plus I did a video too, but and in the description box I put a video link, I'll put an article, I put different things like that. I can't put everything that I come across, but I did put a couple of things so people don't think I'm making it up in the air. And that's really important. So things like that only backs up what the Bible's already said, over 2,000 years ago. So women, you are supposed to be one with one man. That's why that New Testament says, don't you know that that a man is under a law until death, all his whole life until death, and a woman is under the law of her husband until he dies. Now once he dies, which that's a widow indeed, once he dies, she's free from the law of her husband, so she can go marry whoever she wants, right? That's the proper way it's supposed to go, right? But there is biblical case for divorce and stuff like that. But remember, obviously the premium is going to be. That's why now you guys see why there's a premium biblically on a woman who's a virgin. You also see why the sons of Aaron, they had to marry virgins. They don't need all this drama. A lot of times, guys, how you spell chimerism. I'm gonna go ahead and matter of fact, I'm gonna spell it out from here. Okay, I want to give you the right spelling, otherwise you probably won't find it. So let me go ahead and spell it out for you. It is okay. Microchimerism. Microchimerism. Okay, microchimerism, and look up all the stuff you can find on that. Okay, and there's really a study about how male DNA still resides in a woman. Okay, how it stays in a woman like her whole life. Okay, all the so anyway, getting back to that, mixing the seed. Let me go back to that Bible verse right there. Okay, so mixing seed. So again, the whole thing with the bed being undefiled, I got that from Hebrews 13. Many of you guys already know that. Hebrews 13, which is the last chapter in Hebrews, in verse 4, which said, "Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge." Okay, so all this, if you are male and you are whoremongering, okay, not taking responsibility, not covering these women, just sleeping with them, just having fun, just sleeping with them, you're not valuing your seed. That's why if you're a whoremonger, you're not going to make it to the kingdom. No whoremonger practicing it actively. If you put that away from you and repented, okay, fine. But an active whoremonger, you think you slick. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and lock her up. I'm gonna marry her a little bit, consummate, seal the deal. She's my wife. I don't like her. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and divorce her or something like that. And you just do that repeatedly or whatever. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, we're not doing that, right? So you still trying to whoremonger on the cool, and God tests the rain, so He know your intentions. He knows your intentions. Are you planning to actually take care of this woman? Is that the plan? Because if that's the plan, that's fine. Okay, if she rebels against that, okay, that's fine. That's not on you. If your intention is to be a husband, provide like the Bible says, that's fine. That's okay, right? But if you just want to test the waters and you want to hit and run, can't happen. Adulterers, okay, women, you can't just sleep with anyone. You cannot trust your emotion. Be like, well, I'm just not happy with this person, or he's not treating me right, or he made me mad, and it doesn't go down like that. Well, and then you let somebody else kind of spit in your ear and run game on you and all that other stuff, make you feel better. You got to take care of that situation. Because I can tell you right now, men, if you want to raise up righteous seed, the best thing you can do is try to find some righteous soil the best way you can. If that's what you want to do, if that's the plan. Okay, I did videos where you have a process and you test it and stuff, and hey, you live and learn. I'm only passing on some things from my experience. I'm passing along some things from my experience. Some things I may have done right, and some things I may have done wrong. Okay, I'm not trying to say. See, that's the only two ways we learn. We learn from when we screw up, or we learn from the results when we make a good decision. It's like, okay, yeah, I did that. That worked. Okay, cool. Or I screwed up. That didn't work. Let me not do that anymore. Okay. So that's the only way that we learn. Okay, let me go Leviticus 19 and 19. This is the last piece of scripture that I want to, okay, with the mingling, right? He said, ye shall keep my statutes, thou shall not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind, okay? So you're not going to try to mate a donkey and a cow, right? You ain't going to do that. That's sick, okay, with a diverse kind. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed, okay? Neither shall a garment mingle of linen and woolen come upon thee, okay? Now, all the mingling with seed. So you have a woman and she has a long history, okay? Long history of a lot of men. In other words, you're number 48, guys. I'm not saying a woman can't be redeemed, can't be turned around or whatever, but I'm just saying you might have some better options out there. Okay. What is the value on your seed and your time and your covering and your leadership? What is the value you put on yourself? Okay. I'm talking to the men right now. What's the value you put on yourself? Is she going to be able to assimilate, or is she going to have a lot of baggage? What kind of baggage? Maybe, does she have a lot of baby daddies? That's a lot of baggage. Okay. Does she have a lot of preconceived ideas? Where do they come from? Well, if you're number 48, she has a whole lot of experience, and she's gonna have a whole lot of assumptions about you. Whereas a virgin, and I know most women not virgins. I know, I'm just using it as comparison. She don't have as many preconceived ideas because she don't have a frame of reference. You see why there's a difference in value there? That's why. You had a woman who maybe be a widow indeed. Maybe she was married to the same guy for 20 years. Then he died. She's okay. She's okay. Okay, so if you're number 29, what can I say? And I understand, and I know that makes some women mad. They're like, oh, well, I understand you didn't know. I understand you didn't know. I understand you were not taught. I understand you may not have been in the truth. I mean, if you were in the truth and you still went out there and did that, then shame on you, okay? But I understand in your ignorance, okay? But I'm sorry, that doesn't put a premium on you, okay? That doesn't just wash away everything, your decisions. Your decisions already determined your value, right? And I'm not saying you're worthless or anything like that. But remember, there's different levels to it. There's a price for there's a difference. There's a price for a virgin. Then there's a difference between a wife. Slight difference between a wife and a concubine. Some women may not be fit for either one of those, and she may be, a handmaid or something like that. So I'm just saying it. I'm just saying this is why I'm explaining. I'm giving a reason why. Okay, why did the sons of Aaron have to go and get virgins? Okay, commanded to go. You're gonna take a wife, get a virgin. Okay, things like that. So that's the kind of things that everyone has to. And again, my message is balanced. My message is, guys, you need to care about where you placing your seed. You need to care about the soil you sow in. Women, you need to care about whom you want to cover you, whom you lay with. That's a balanced message. Care about that. Give it some thought. Think about that. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's how the marriage bed, well, one of the ways the marriage bed is undefiled. Because two people came together and they gave a crap about whom they lay with. Okay? That is what this is about. I'm telling you, give a crap. And women, you may have come out of a relationship or whatever, so I'm just going to tell you, take your time, choose wisely, okay, and value what you are. Humble yourself, okay? Humble yourself. Recognize that, hey, you know what? I may not have had all the facts. I may have been rebellious. I'm not going to be that anymore. I'm going to repent, and, I'm going to get in where I fit in. Period. I'm going to get in where I fit in. If the Most High see me fit as a wife, that's what I'm going to be. Okay, if he see fit to send me a righteous husband, then that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do what I need to do to get under the covering of a righteous man. Fellas, don't be desperate. Take your time. Ask yourself, would I want this woman to have my child? Do I want to take care of this woman? Because you got some women out there who are past childbearing years. That's fine. So even if they're past childbearing years, how's that soil, right? How many farmers have she had on her soil? How many farmers have she had? And you have to ask yourself, okay, do I want this? Can this person assimilate to me and submit to me? Can she do that? Do I want to be responsible for her for the rest of my life? Do I want to be responsible for her? Do I want to cover her? Take care of her food and raiment and conjugal rights and stuff like that? Will she be able to assimilate to my program? Or does she already have a whole lot of baggage and a whole lot of experience to where she have all these preconceived ideas of what I should be doing, which is backwards? Okay? Because there's some women who cannot get with your program. They will not, cannot, don't want to, have no desire. They want a man, they want to install their program and want you, man, to get with their program. Oh, this is what I think you should do. And you're supposed to be the leader. So you tell me. You tell me. You need to put a premium on who you are. If you're supposed to step up, be a patriarch, be a leader, and be responsible for a household. Be responsible for yourself, your wife or wives. Be responsible for all your children. And then at the same time, build all that and try to come up with an inheritance. Then ask yourself, who's worth it? Is this woman worth it? That's what you have to do. Is this woman worth it? Okay? So I did a video before, and there's some people that it kind of gets a little sideways sometimes, but how are you going to get your house in order? Do not bring a cancer into your home, and understand your worth. Understand what you bring to the table. Work your path, do what you should be doing, follow the Most High. The right one is on your path. And now at this point, I'm talking to both men and women. The right one is on your path. But if you have to go off your path to go get this person or find this person, it's probably not the right person. That right there, step one, that's probably not the right person. If you got to go off your path, if you got to stray away from the Most High to go find this person, it's probably not the right person. Okay? And I'm not talking about a physical path, I'm talking about a spiritual path. Heart. Thank you, brother. Now, let me go ahead and look into some of these comments, and then I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna look at some of your comments, and then we will get going. Hold on, where am I? There we go. And then we will, let's see here. Let me turn on the volume so I don't hear myself twice. All right, so let me just say hi and greet all you guys, and then I will let you guys go. If you guys have some questions, good time to ask it right now. Shalom, brother Frank Stockton. Shalom, shalom. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Oh yeah. Also, on a side note, after I get when I get on the land over, in a couple of months, now it's right around the corner actually. Once I get out there, get on the land, my board and everything, it'll change because I told you the name of my land will be Remnant Ranch. So when you guys see that change again, you're like, hey, this brother, he went TBIC and then he went mutual assistant, whatever. The last and final change is going to be just the name of my property, right? So this channel will be Remnant Ranch, right? So anyway, just let you know. Robbie Rayner, shalom, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for blessing me with your presence, along with Johnny Smith. What's going on? What is going on? Frank Stockton, Johnny Smith, Ronnie Rayner. Shalom, shalom. Blessings to all you guys. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some tidbits to think about to go on with the rest of your week. Let's see who else we got there. Okay, let's see if there's any questions or anything. I'm blessed waiting on my baby girl come to the world. Johnny Smith, brother. Hallelujah. Praise the Most High. Got a baby girl coming on the way. Bless the increase of your household, brother. Bless the increase of your household. All right. Let's see. Johnny Smith doing well. Waiting on. Okay. So, come on. Yes, sir. Trying to come out. All right. We need to be honest. Lust is the reason we pick mates, not righteousness. You got a point, brother. You got a point. I can't argue with your point. A lot of time it is lust driven. Right? A lot of time it is love driven. If you know this person doesn't meet your criteria, and brothers, you got to have a criteria. You got to have a criteria. Does it need to be 100 freaking bullet points? No, it doesn't. Okay? I mean, the simpler the better, really. You want to have like, 4 or 5 things that it's make or break. That's it. It's a deal breaker. She has to be 3, 4, 5 things, right? And she meets that criteria, then you're good to go, right? But if you know this woman does not meet your criteria, I'll address the women in a minute. If you know this woman does not meet your criteria, but the fact that she has a vagina and you're gonna go ahead and take a chance, that's out of lust, and it's stupid, and you deserve what you get. Let's just call it like it is. Okay. Of course, I'm not talking to you, brother. I'm talking to men who are like that. Okay. Johnny Smith. Okay, hallelujah. I've have land waiting on newborn. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trying to get this land. Israel Stream. Yep, I said shalom, shalom. Okay. Shalom, shalom. Tracy Haynes. Shalom, shalom. Israel Stream all the way from Africa. Grant Hill. Yeah, when this live stream is over, you can call me. Actually, give me a few minutes because the battery kind of died a little bit. But give me a few minutes, brother Grant Hill. Is a awesome young brother. Awesome young brother. All right. And then he said dropping facts, hard information, completely true. Okay. Me one bizon. Shalom, Aki. Okay. Bizman or busy man. Okay. Me one busy. I'm one busy man. I get it. Me one busy man. Shalom, shalom. So that's all I wanted to go. I didn't even know I was going to even go 45 minutes, guys, but I just wanted to drop some of those in there and, understanding, why there's a difference. Okay. Why there's a difference. Why it's not a good idea. All this mixing, mingling seeds and stuff like that. Cause I tell you what, I'm not going behind one of my brothers. Not, one of the brothers that I know. I'm not going behind one of my brothers. Okay. And he said, can you spell that micro word again? No problem. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it in the comments. It's MICROCHERISM. Microchimerism. Oh, did I? Oh, I said, hold on. Did I spell that right? It's saying I got it wrong. So, chimer. Okay, here it is. Now I think I got it right. Microchimerism, yeah. DNA. I think that's right. All right, because of now I'm on a live stream over there, so I think it's right now. But yeah, that's what it is. So microchimerism, and that's just the male DNA that stays in females their whole life. Okay, so if a woman slept with 50 guys, those 50 guys' DNA are in that woman. That's what the study shows, and it was university study. All right, so be out in June, my man, my man. I'll be out in March for like first week of March. I'm gonna make my way, to the Ozarks, and then I'll be, hey, I'll be out. Okay, I'll be out right now, just learning and get out there, get my skills up, and start building, start doing some things. So let's do it. I'd be so happy to see you guys. I know Frank, the Stocktons. I know Ronnie Rayner. Sorry, Ronnie Rayner. A few other brothers. Gonna be in close enough proximity to each other, and that makes me happy. That makes me happy. Where we can have all things in common, help each other out. That kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys out there. Appreciate you guys joining me on this program. Just want to give you guys something to think about as you go through your week. And I got a couple of errands to run. I have a couple of errands I have to make, and I send a blessing. May y'all bless the work of your hands this week, and bless your household. IP. See you on the next one.